DNC starts Monday in Chicago, and it's already shaping up to be an utter calamity. Let's look at the speaker lineup. Joe Biden, they are done with him. They're giving him Monday night. He's not even getting his own night. He has to share with Hillary Clinton. Now, Bill Clinton, who left office decades ago, he's getting his own entire night. Joe Biden, he has to share with Hillary. He has to go first. He's apparently not even sticking around to listen to Obama on Tuesday. That tells you there's some bad blood between the camps. Now, Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi still have not spoken. I don't know if the two are ever going to reconcile, but this man, he has to show up on Monday, say he loves Kamala, he loves this country, he has to endorse her. You know he doesn't want to. Now, Tim Walz, I'm sure he's going to speak at some point. He's probably already warming up his jazz hands right now so he can come out on stage like Bob Fosse going, hello. Tim Walz is going to come out on stage at the DNC like it's the Tony Awards going, hello, America. Now, something else I didn't see coming at the DNC, no pun intended, is that they're going to have a bus from Planned Parenthood driving around giving free abortions and free vasectomies. Now, as a man, I personally would not get a vasectomy in a bus swerving around Chicago going down Michigan Avenue, but you do you. I don't know if Kamala Harris is going to see these buses, but I imagine this is what her reaction will be.
On the bus, go round and round.
Another reason the DNC is shaping up to be an utter calamity is that hundreds of thousands of protesters are going to descend on Chicago. Now, outside of the United Center in Chicago, they are putting up fences and walls, so at least Kamala Harris can admit that walls work. This goes to show you that the Democratic elite love walls when they're speaking at a convention, but when it comes to the southern border, they're going to turn a blind eye. There's no doubt that the convention next week is going to be chaotic. Joe Biden, whose own party just enacted a coup against him, has to get on stage and act like everything's hunky-dory.
So, as you guys know, the DNC is kicking off today. And there is a lot of interesting things coming out from it already. And one of those interesting things is what's actually happening surrounding the DNC that I really want to talk about today because, you know, it's always funny. They always point the finger at us, but in reality, it's always them. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this clip, all right? Let's dive in.
Is set to begin. Area businesses are taking some precautions.
WGN's Andrea Medina shows you how some companies in the Loop are starting to board up ahead of the big event.
Given the uncertainty surrounding next week's convention, businesses are taking steps to prevent potential threats to their property like looting or vandalism by adding protection.
We've had zero indication that there would be any protections down in the Loop.
That's why the owner of Sid Jerome Menswear is reinforcing his downtown store by covering up the windows with plywood in anticipation of possible civil unrest and violent protests that may come from the Democratic National Convention next week.
We know from past experiences that something could ensue, so we wanted to be proactive and get ahead of it.
The men's clothing shop is located on Madison Street, which is down the block from City Hall and along the main route to the United Center, where significant gatherings are expected. The owner hopes these measures will be sufficient to prevent potential damages and avoid a repeat of past incidents.
We've been a victim on 4 separate occasions where we've been vandalized or looted for, various incidents or events that happened in the city.
They're not alone in their concerns. The Chicago Board of Services says their crews have been actively boarding up storefronts over the past few days to mitigate losses and destruction. So far, they've secured 12 locations around the West Loop, downtown, and Daly Center area, with plans to board up additional businesses this weekend.
We're not pushing it. We're hoping that the city will be comfortable and there will be no unrest. But if you feel that you want your doors boarded, it's better to board them up than to wait and have to board them up and replace glass.
A spokesperson with the Chicago Loop Alliance indicates that they believe the convention will go off successfully without harming businesses and considers boarding up with plywood to be unnecessary, though they understand why business owners are taking these precautions. Mayor Brandon Johnson is also confident the DNC will proceed smoothly with the support of the Chicago Police Department.
But we're also coordinating with Secret Service and other local law enforcement agencies to ensure that we have a vibrant, safe, productive DNC.
The board-up company says if businesses need something boarded up, they encourage them to do it ahead of the convention, but they say that crews will be available if they need something done next week. Reporting in the Loop, Andrea Medina.
So you mean to tell me, these loving and peaceful folks you need to board up for the loving and peaceful folks? Like what? Does that make any sense? I thought they were the side of love and positivity. It's all good vibes. Bringing back joy. Oh, man. Businesses are literally having to pay a company to come by and board up their business. I mean, this is absolutely laughable.
Downtown business owners are no stranger to civil unrest, and while police say they are prepared for that possibility during next week's Democratic National Convention, some owners already taking their own precautions.
As we know, this city has a poor track record when it comes to protecting businesses, our customers, and
like this is all over the news. I came across lots of these different clips, of people talking about how they're boarding up everything, and it's like I said, it's funny how Republicans are always accused of being the mean, nasty, and terrible folks. But last time I checked, when the RNC came into town, nobody boarded up their business. But you get the DNC and people are boarding things up. They got fences around everything, 24-hour security. I mean, this is insane. But this is what Democrats are being faced with this week as they descend upon the DNC. And it is 8, I believe it's like 8 different groups applied to protest in Chicago. So you have 8 different separate groups that are protesting the DNC. Check out one of these clips. Goodness gracious.
Next women are under attack. What do we do?
This is... Oh, man. Did y'all notice a lot of those folks were still wearing masks, too? Absolutely hilarious, Not a surprise who they're voting for. Or maybe, I guess, that's questionable. Now it's in the air. Actually, you know what? What am I doing? I should be cheering these folks on, right? That actually makes sense. People who are protesting the DNC, yeah, I support that. Don't vote for Kamala, right? Yeah. What am I doing?
Or we'll bring the war home. We'll bring the war home. Piggy, go back home. Piggy, go back home. Or we'll bring the war home. We'll bring the war home. DNC, go home. DNC, go home. Or we'll bring the war home. We'll bring the war home. DNC, go home. DNC, go home. Or we'll bring the war home.
DNC, go home, or we will bring the war home. That's interesting. That's interesting. So they're threatening violence, is what you're saying. They'll bring the war home. Okay. But once again, they say that we're the nasty and terrible folks. We're the mean and nasty and violent ones, though,
Madam VP, you're a sellout! You're a sellout! Pack your bags and get the hell out! Pack your bags and get the hell out! Madam VP, you're a sellout!
I'm sorry, this is just hilarious. Madam VP, you're a sellout. Pack your bags and get the HE double hockey sticks out. I can't argue with that. I must say, I can't argue with it. Hey, if you're protesting Kamala and Democrats, I'm rocking with you. I support it. I support it. I mean, there's just so many clips of this stuff, man. There's just so many different clips of this stuff. Honestly incredible. Honestly incredible. So it's going to be interesting to see how the whole DNC plays out this week. I do think it's interesting how they put Biden today, to have his speech today, and Kamala is Thursday, you know, trying to get as much distance between the two of them as possible, so nobody's, you know, trying to put them together. I see the little games that they're playing, but because it's also like they had to let Biden speak. If they didn't, it would have created put even more attention, negative light on the entire situation. So they had to let him speak. So throw him out there on Monday. Kamala, you're not coming out until Thursday. We're going to have you at the very end. We're not going to have you anywhere near Biden, okay? But I believe the lineup includes Biden, Hillary, Obama, Michelle, who else am I missing? Obviously, Tim Walz, Kamala, of course. I think Bill Clinton is speaking. Adam Kissinger, I believe I saw is speaking. And there's somebody else that I'm missing. But I believe like those are like the bigger names, right? The people that are more popular, that people know of, that have name recognition. I shouldn't say popular, but have name recognition. So yeah, it's going to be real interesting, man, because protests are already kicking off. As you guys just saw, they were putting up all types of walls and fences, you know, which is interesting because they say a fence doesn't work for our southern border, but it works for the DNC, though. Interesting how that one is. Which I think Trump should bring up in the debate. You know, wait, I thought y'all said fences don't work. Then why'd you put a fence around the DNC if fences don't work? You know? But, yeah, man, honeymoon phase, I think, is, going down the tubes. I think it's going down the tubes. And and following the DNC, I think it's going to go down the tubes very, very fast, very, very quickly. So, yeah, y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions. If y'all think these protests are going to get even more serious. I saw some images of, you know, some pallets with bricks. So we'll see if anything comes of that. You guys, I'm sure you guys remember the pallets of bricks during what did they call it? The Summer of Love, right? During the George Floyd riots and whatnot, where there was just random pallets of bricks. I saw some images going around of random pallets of bricks in Chicago now. So we'll see how it all turns out. But I'm here for the show. I'm here for the show. But as always, y'all let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.